Hey, Besiegers, how you doing? Okay, this week we've got some aircraft steam catapult action with swing wing aircraft. We've got a bunch of rabid dogs and dogs of war. It's a bit of fun. We've got a short section about this guy, Running Man, and where he's going and what he's up to. And then finally we've got the best one, which is the spider. And that's right at the end, and I'll go into that in great detail. Okay, then let's get started. So, I've had a few attempts at building aircraft carriers, but they've never worked out well because of the stresses you need to put on them. Even with the grabbers, it wasn't that great. But the anchor block, which I'll put a link into below, solves all the problems at stroke. It's absolutely solid. Right, so I built this swing wing aircraft to try and take advantage of the new scramjet technology that someone discovered over on Reddit. I'll put a link to that in. Basically, the water cannons pick up a hell of a lot of speed once you drive them backwards. Okay, so that's what's happening there. Now, the conventional one was much better than the conventional takeoff was much better than the swing wing, as you see, because the cannons get to do their thing. The spray goes backwards, the speed goes right up, and I think in this shot I'm going to try and fly it underneath the sandbox the way that Algie did in one of his videos. I'll put a link in, but I didn't manage it. I managed to get under the corner. Okay, vector thrusting. Swiveling some of the rear cannons, yeah, and you sync it with the elevator gives you an amazing control over the angle of the aircraft. So much so that you can break it up just as soon as you hit it. So we're on invincibility mode here, and then you'll see it working. You see it lifting up, and the thing just shoots up, stays in one piece, thankfully, and swings about. So vector thrusting is definitely for me. I'm going to design an aircraft around it shortly, and get rid of the swing wing and make something really solid that I can throw around. Other than that, I used lasers up front, the new lasers, just to give it that extra bit of oomph and a bit of visual. And yeah, it worked really well. It's great for throwing about, the vector's great. So we caught fire, decided to come in for a quick landing, and then there we go, and that's it. So expect more. I'm going to do a lot more aircraft carriers and a lot more vector thrusting. Okay. Dogs of War. I just took the idea that I had last week for making that very stable four-legged walker, and I put a dog's bits on it, whatever bits you could think of, and then I multiplied it by 5 using the copy and editor from, again, Tesseract Cat. And I just did it to see what the effect would be and just to show some extra, other applications for it and see how the computer handled it. And it handled it really well. I think it looks good. And one of my favourite things is when one of them derps out, it just takes itself out of the picture and the other ones keep going, so the whole machine doesn't go down altogether. As you'll see, this guy's heading for the tree over there, right? And then he catches fire, and then that's him. He's off to Valhalla. But watch him, he just shoots off. That's hilarious. These two are getting frisky with each other, and the one in the back shoots off. Or you see the one in the back zipping about. So that's hilarious as well. There's another one off. So yeah, there's lots you can get up to with that thing. A lot of people liked that, and I got a good response for it. Running guy. Okay, and I've just keep changing the positions of the swivels in relation to the wheel to see what I can get. And I got this fella who, even though he's going slow here, he actually wants to run, because I had him in a frame when he was going really, really fast, because his legs, as you see, are tilted backwards, and the main power joint is joint to his knee, not his hip. So he's really putting a lot of force into the ground. That's why he's got a heavy cart behind him to try and give him some stability. But it's him that's doing it. The swinging arms just get rid of some of the extra momentum that's generated from thumping onto the ground with those feet. Yeah, this has got huge potential. This has, really. I'm right into linkages just now, as you probably noticed. I gave him a heavy cart to push, and I ran on quite slow, and you can see one leg slips back a little bit. That's because getting the legs set in the initial positions, the running position, was quite tricky, and obviously I got the trailing leg just a tiny little bit out, the angle of it, and so it slips. But it's okay, you learn from these things and you move on. Okay, here we go. This is what I spent most of the time on this week, building the spider. I've been trying to build the spider for ages, and this one is based on what's called a clan mechanism. It's like a 3 or 4 bar, 3-bar linkage with a rotor. And it just worked really, really well. I got lucky. I seemed to get it straight away, and then I just developed it up from there. I put a little video in at the end showing some of the steps and processes that I went through to get this. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. It doesn't support its own weight. If you take all those balloons away, it drags its ass along the ground. So the 6 balloons inside the body have been bumped up to 17 lift, and the ones on the legs, which are there as much for show as anything else, they're bumped up to 3. So I just edited the BSG file to get that effect. Now they only run straight at the moment, but it does go into reverse perfectly. Yeah, you can stop him at any point and go backwards, and he doesn't derp out. He's very, very stable. However, what you can do is you can cut the middle linkages, the middle connectors between the wheels, yeah, and then remap the controls to a tank style mapping, and then he will turn. And he goes into reverse just there. Now, when he turns, it's kind of ugly to watch. It's not very coordinated because all the wheels are sort of out of sync with each other, but it's completely doable. Also, you can mount turrets and lasers and everything on the top of it, because as you see, the body doesn't move that much, so when you come to a stop, it stabilizes itself quite quickly, and you can aim and shoot at things, so you can weaponize them, no doubt about it at all. Okay, so that's about it for this week. Thanks for watching. I've just hit the 9,000 subscriber and 1 million channel views for Besiege This, so it's quite exciting. Keep watching, keep commenting, and just let me know what you think. Okay, bye.